and welcome to a Cup of Calm Cafe, the place where we pause, pour ourselves something warm to drink, relax, and have meaningful conversations around creativity, well-being, self-love, and compassion. I'm your host, Hadriana Evans, and in this episode, we'll be focusing on reconnecting with you. Because sometimes the most important journey isn't out there, it's the journey we take within. In this episode, I'm joined by Michelle Flood, the founder of Rich, Real Information Communicated Honestly, and co-author of the book Genesis Decoded. Michelle, through her company, helps people to uncover their authentic inner blueprint so that they can find calm, clarity, and purpose, even within life feeling so chaotic. Her Indigo Estate training programs, which connects you to 4 areas: mind, environment, intuition, and time, by enhancing your intuition and your self-compassion and beliefs, knowing that you are the authority of your own life. And also, Michelle will be guiding us through simple, powerful exercises using affirmations and mirror work. So you're invited to find a mirror and join in, even use your phone in selfie mode to join in with that exercise using the mirror work. We'll also be exploring mindful, spiritual, and well-being practices that she uses on a daily basis to start her day and navigate stresses in her life. For every single episode, have a challenge for myself to drink whatever my guests enjoy drinking, warm drinks or cold drinks, that they enjoy drinking in terms of helping them to relax. So I do this live in the recording, so you get the true whether I like it or not. Because I don't have to like it. It's like anything in life, isn't it? So sea moss tea is the one that I'm going to be having today. And it's very interesting about what the sea moss, and there's a whole sort of wonderful story and history behind it that I know I enjoyed and got a lot out of it. So let's get to it. So wherever you are listening, please lay back, just chill and enjoy the conversation. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Cup of Calm Cafe podcast episode with Michelle Flood. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for coming
Hi.
along today. And tell us a bit about your company first before we get going.
Hi. Yeah, thanks for having me on Cup of Calm. It's a pleasure to be here today. So I am Michelle Flood, aka Shelley, aka the Lucian Londoner, and I am the founder of Rich, which is the acronym for Real Information Communicated Honestly. Um, every word in that acronym matters very deeply to me because it's about ensuring that in a world of noise that people are not misinformed and they're receiving content that is resourceful, enriching, empowering, and of truth,
Mm.
essentially. So that is what I'm about, really. So yeah, I manage that platform, and also I have the Rich Talk podcast, which I'm still doing podcasts. I've just taken a little bit of a break at the moment because it's just been a restructure at this moment in time as we move to I've kind of gone back to my business plan and then gone forward again. So that's where we're kind of at this moment in time. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here with you today. And I brought along for me to share with you my CMOS tea.
And I've got the CMOS tea here as well. Thank you,
Yeah,
Michelle, for getting that to me so I can try it. You kindly made it for me and dropped it off so that I can taste it.
I did.
And I'm
I
looking
did. So
forward to it. It smells lovely.
but it's all natural herbs in there that you've got there, and mixed in with a bit of purple sea mosses, which I use on my daily basis as part of my health routine. And just it's a practice that it just helps with your. It's got 92, 102 minerals that we require in our system, so it's just a nice natural booster for the body. So I wanted to share that with you.
Yes, thank you.
I'm glad you
That's
like
it. Talk amongst yourselves. And tell us more about the CMOS and how you came to this being your choice of drink to mix to.
So what happened? A friend introduced it to me. She was doing like a kind of a health intake that she started to take for us. It was from her son actually, and she started to promote it. So I was quite interested, so I tried it, and literally it was just the booster that it given immediately. So, but and also what was attracted me to it, especially because it was solution CMOS. Now I'm a Lucian. Both my parents were parents. So it was to my heart, so to know that I had a natural resource from home that was giving me good benefits in my system. I just dived into it deeper, and obviously going back and forth from home, I was able to be introduced to the different grades of CMOS. So I got into the stronger grade of purple and green, and you've got the mixed spectrum, and then you've got the black. So
I didn't believe that there were so many different, gradients of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's different gradients. They've got strong. They've got more. The higher the gradient, the more potent it is for your body, and just helps flush it out. So the black is the strongest one, and you've got mixed spectrum, purple and green, and then the lower one, which is yellow.
Because also you mentioned about you like mixing up the flavors as well, isn't it? Depending on the season and things like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, with the herbal tea that I make into it. So that another recipe that I got from back home, we call that jololo. So it's a herbal tea. So we use like our cinnamon leaves, lemongrass, cloves, sorrel, fruit in there. You can put mango skin in there and all that kind of stuff, and just boil it up. Pour that into your cup, mix it, the CMOS in there so it can disintegrate in there. And obviously we're limes, we love limes in the West Indies, so we squeeze a bit of lime.
Gotta have the lime.
Yeah, honey or some brown sugar in there, just mix that up, and that is your healthy kick to go for the day. I drink it throughout the day. I can't actually live without it, to be fair. So I'm 8 years in this year. Makes it 8 years. So you can
do you have something you can show us?
I've got this one that's still on the store. So I've got this raw one. I don't know if you can see that there.
Yeah,
that's the raw yellow thing. So that's when we make it raw. So that's when it comes straight from the sea. So this is sun dried, and it's wild crafted as well. So it's important that you don't get the machine one. It's the proper one from the sea. Listen, it grows so quickly as well. They put it out in the rope, and because of the currents of the sea, it just grows within hours. That just develops and stuff. So once we've taken that raw, then soaked it, and then make it into this gel. So this is the purple one here. See all that lovely richness in there?
It looks nice. Looks like you just sit there and
you can take it raw as well,
on your bread.
Take it raw, you can put it on your skin, you can put it in your soups, you can thicken it up with. It's got so many benefits. You can put it in your bath, especially if you've got any skin issues and stuff like that. It helps soothe the skin down, take away any like infections, scabs and stuff like that on a regular basis. Yeah, you can leave it on your skin, it dries it up, it takes all the impurities out, and it's just a natural healer inside and out. So yeah, it's beautiful. And I work with different people in St. Lucia, especially CMOSsupply.co, who also introduced me to the black CMOS, because there's special places you've got to go to get the black CMOS. So.
It's in the know.
My people. So yes, I've been fortunate to be incorporated with them. So yeah, we work in partnership, and I promote that on the website. You can either find that on the health and wellbeing section, or go to the store and you're able to purchase some things from
Yeah,
there.
fabulous, fabulous. You were talking as well about part of your when you wake up and you have a way of starting your day, getting yourself grounded and you've just got something like sitting and being still, isn't it? Before you even get out of bed and things like. If I remember rightly, it was just so
Yeah,
wonderful to hear about how you do this.
because just going back to childhood, really, I wasn't a person who woke up instantly and was able to start. I couldn't really speak first thing in the morning,
Mm,
so I'll be kind of like still in a bit of sleep paralysis. So just from that, it was a recognition of me for me to take time in the morning. So from just different practices that I was involved with, or things that I saw, things that you just come across things and then you just start putting it into practice, and it really
mm,
started to help. So it's just making that time for self in the morning, just giving self that prep talk, that bit of TLC,
mm,
having your hot drink, saying your prayers, saying some affirmations, reading some scripture, reading some positivity, giving yourself positivity as well before you give yourself out for the day. So it's just having those affirmations and
mm,
reaffirming for self as you start to wake up and start your morning, because the mornings are very sacred. It's the beginning before anything starts.
mm.
Put um, that grounding into self. So yeah, it's important to start writing that in the most positive way for yourself as possible.
Yeah, so how, take us through how you would, with the first affirmation that you've got there. It'd be nice if you can sort of talk us through how you use that in the morning.
Okay, so before getting out of bed, and you're just woken up and everything. So for me, I would be awake, give thanks. I can just, I'm awake, I'm alive. I can feel my fingers, my toes, mind's clear, I'm breathing okay. That's all good. And so as I go into that, I will say, I rise today to walk, think, and act like the person I choose to become. For no outside voice is louder than my inner truth. And just
Mm,
soak that,
so
yeah,
powerful.
soak
Before
it
you
in,
even
yeah.
start, yeah, before you even start, it's that stillness. It's quite easy to just like get up in a rush and and do things. So do you set
Out of it.
your yeah, do you set your alarm earlier then so that you can include some other rituals that you do?
Yeah, so I kind of naturally wake up now at between 3 and 5 a.m. And that's because I've had rest before within the day, and my body's just now adjusted to that time, because it knows that time's our sacred time. That's the time we have for self. And before, most of the time at that point it's quite dark in the morning, so it's before the sun rises. It's quite significant for the day, and it's just putting in that practice. And yeah, my body's just now adjusted to that way of starting the day, essentially, because
Because
with
it's
that,
just a clock, isn't it? That because it's like anything. What's like I remember you saying about the sea moss tea. Your body, even if later on in the day and you haven't had it yet, your body's like, you forgot something this morning.
yeah,
You forgot something. So it's like your
100%.
body's already getting in tune, isn't it? To
It's
what's
adjusting it. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just readjusting, and it helps with your body being alkaline. Once it's gone through that stage of being alkaline for a certain process, you can't really go back and try and put junk in it and stodge it down without. It's going to reject it, and
Mm,
you're going to start feeling not too great. You start getting spots on your face and stuff. I notice when
mm,
sometimes I've slipped, that's what starts to happen. And once I drink it, then I'll be going toilet for a certain amount of time. It's got to flush my system back out again.
yeah.
So it's going back. So it's best just to stay on it. It's just best to stick on it. Once you start, you just stay on that. Yeah,
Yeah, because I
stay on
remember
it.
also you was talking about you like doing yoga and um and all that sort of don't want to say all of that. That's not nice. Sort of the Kundalini and other sort of power walking and all that sort of stuff as well. Do you do this as something as well that it's a must do every day, or you can some days do some or not? How do you juggle that, especially when you're busy?
Um, so it is a must for me every day. It's got to that point now. Again, because my body requires it. It's a mixture in between yoga, kundalini
Mm,
and breath work.
mm,
So it's literally just stretching out my body because our body holds a lot of tension.
mm,
So in the morning, it's just good to stretch that out, is what I do. And Kundalini and yoga help that. So it's a short practice that takes between 20 to 25 minutes
mm,
in between the journaling. And it just helps stretch your body, just get those clicks out. So I'm
mm,
able to then go in the shower. And my body's awakened. I've given it that rejuvenation that it needs. It needs that stretch. It needs
mm,
to move. It needs to release I don't know whatever tensions you may have had from the day before. So it just falls in line with
mm,
the whole preparation of self for the morning. Because once I've done that, once I've had the tea, said my prayers, did my affirmations, talk to self, do my exercise, I go in the shower, I'm ready.
mm, mm,
Mind, I've put it in a certain state now where
mm,
it's activated and knows that right, we're able to start moving on this task. So I've got this set for the day, and etc. etc. I like to. It just gets yourself prepared for
mm.
your day, And when you mentioned about walking and stuff, well, I used to drive quite a lot,
Yes. Mhm,
rock drive, and it's given me the ability to. Before would drive to places to go and walk, like forests and stuff like that. But
mm.
now, where I live locally, there's a canal which leads all the way from here to Edmonton.
Yeah.
The place, so it's a nice walk, and it does have different sceneries. And my ASMR is gravel under my feet, so
Oh,
it's gravel under our
yeah.
feet as well. I used to ride down that same canal when I was younger as well. So it's different
Okay.
connections. How you are now able to embody the growth and what you're now realizing about what that environment had on you and the impacts and while you was out and stuff like that, riding around in our bikes and whatnot. So
Mm,
back there as an adult walking through it and still being able to embrace nature,
mm,
have that connectivity in terms of calming, clearing, as well as exercising my body. So I'm functioning the
mm,
whole time. So as well as my mind's getting cleared, my body's getting energized. I'm
mm.
being rejuvenated by my surroundings, the trees, you got the lake, you got swans there, you got the birds, you got dogs going. It's a lot of calming activities that are just being. So you can just be, you
Yeah,
know?
that's really the thing about our natural environment. Sometimes it's right there on your doorstep. It's just sometimes just opening your eyes and just being present. There's a lot of
Yeah, and
things that
mental.
you're going explaining and sharing with us. It's about really being present in this particular moment,
Mm,
opening your eyes to what's around you and sort of breathing and taking it in, isn't it?
yeah, because some you
Mm,
even in listen, the UK has got some beautiful landscape when you take the time to look. Like
mm.
there's a saying, what's that saying goes when you see the leaves amongst the trees. So you take
Yes.
the time to actually really look at
Mm,
what's in front of you, not just the trees, look into them. There's
mm,
an abundance of beauty in there.
mm.
So and then like I said,
Colors, shapes,
colours,
sizes.
blowing in the wind, the birds that
Mm,
I think when they're rushing around, the
mm,
swans in the lake, the sounds.
mm.
Yeah, it's nice.
Beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. And I love this, the last one of your affirmations. It's with the mirror. I've got my mirror. I thought it'd be nice if you could take us through. I've got mine. So,
So yeah, so this is about mirror work. So it's about literally looking yourself in your eye and just connecting with yourself, like really looking at yourself, connect with your soul self, your mind, your body. Just really take a look at self
mm,
and just breathe in before if you're rushing out and whatever, and just give yourself a bit of a booster of a confidence. And
mm.
what I do say is along the lines of, I am already enough. Yet in the renewing of my mind, my determination to experience better, and my commitment to move with intention, I choose to grow and expand.
It's just so beautiful, the words. And that's the one thing that we do find difficult, isn't it? Is to look directly into our eyes. You know,
Mm,
this. as we know, the eyes is the
Windows.
road to the soul, isn't it?
Hmm.
So it's really looking deep into yourself.
It's important. And you got to also just start. It's important to enrich self, like what you're saying to yourself. Give yourself credit. Give yourself some grace. Also, people are too hard on themselves, high expectations and stuff, and not everything can be achieved at one time. You're not made like that. You've got to take things bit by bit. It's like, again, it comes back to that journey. It's a process. Not
Mm.
everything can be done in one day. You can't get it immediately. It's
Yeah,
not next day delivery. Do you understand? And it's all sorted. It's not like that.
yeah,
And I think it just goes back to what I was saying in terms of the fast pacedness.
mm,
When you're so fast paced, you don't give yourself the time to take the time to look around and see what you've got and what you've got for
mm,
yourself and where you're stepping into. So it's
yeah,
just kind of going back to that. It's that getting back into self, the sovereignty, the enrichedness of self. That
mm,
again coming back to the reasons why I called my business rich.
mm,
In that enrichment into self in everything that you're doing, whether it's what you're reading, the
mm.
environment that you're around, the food that you're eating, the people that you're talking to, it all has effects on your system.
Yeah.
You
They
check
all
it.
have
So
their vibration, isn't it? Their frequency
yeah,
vibration on, the words, the tones, the body language, everything has an effect, doesn't
everything,
it?
everything, yeah. So it's important, and I feel like from growing up around different, sometimes contentious environments, and then just having the better times of having love and joy and fun and what. Yeah, this doesn't fit my equilibrium. It's distorting it, so I've got to
Mm,
manage that, and I can only do that myself because I can't be responsible for others. All I've got to do is make sure myself is
mm.
in a grounded state where I feel comfortable and can function. If I can't function here, then I've got to remove myself,
Yeah,
or I can't speak here, or I've got to manage what's this this discombobulating feeling that I'm feeling because it doesn't feel good. And
yeah,
again, you're letting you know there's a problem.
yeah. And it's listen to your inner self, isn't it? When we say,
Yeah. Your emotions, like if
ah,
why you're feeling hot or why you're feeling agitated, why is that? Or then the why is there's something wrong, and you need to find out what that why is by
where does it
coming out
come
of
from?
that situation. Yeah.
It's like I love the Shaolin practice that I've had it on the screen for a little bit. Hopefully, people can pause it or and
And
have a
take
look
it
in
in
the
there.
detail. But the
Mm.
one thing I love is the last bit on that is you have a golden opportunity to shape your reality every
That's
morning.
every morning.
Can you
What
believe
you
that's
say,
such beautiful?
it's your words. Your words are your wands.
Yeah.
Whatever you say you want it to be is what it's going to be. This either you can have crooked, you can make your mouth crooked to say some horrible things, or
Mm.
you can make it straight and light and say some beautiful things to people and to yourself.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
your words vibrate your future.
And it's as we've like moved on here to it's again it also comes down to your self sovereignty, your self love of self
Mm,
what you're putting into your mind, the environments that you're choosing to be in, the things that you give your time to,
mm,
how you're feeling within those situations, that all comes into it.
yeah.
You know, it's important. So yeah, when you've come back here into terms of like about
Mm,
sovereignty, it's embracing
mm,
your feelings, embracing your mind, embracing your empowerment, and do what you know feels right for you and that can work right for you. And
mm,
you'll find that. You know that it says seek and ye shall find, and you will find your way, and you'll find your blueprint. You'll find what suits for you. But it's just doing the work and moving consciously in that. It's not easy, but
no,
it's
no. But I
but
love
it is.
that you when you say like you find your inner blueprint. You know
Hmm.
what your unique self, who you really are. And that, as we've been talking about, so far, is about it is a journey, it's a learning journey, and it's an evolving journey. And part of it, like you've got there, you have to give yourself time. It's not something that you can just do. It's not just, there. But unfortunately, the world we live in is got to have it quick, got to have it now. Computer's too slow. Where's the bus? Everybody's taking their time. So it's about us really find making that time and not relying on others to make that time for us, isn't it?
It is. It's and that's another key part of sovereignty is the responsibility of self.
Mm,
It's one beautiful thing a friend told me when I was going through a period of just a lot of losses and changes and yeah, just changes were happening in life. And she said to me, She no, actually, she goes, you owe it to yourself to do what you need to do for self. And no, it really touched me. She said this
Wow.
maybe 9 years ago. She said that,
Mm,
or maybe sooner, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. And she said it, and we was just in the park. It was like again being just sit with nature, just having a conversation like how we're having now, and just being honest with self.
mm,
And she knew my journey, and in terms of like, because I'm a determined person, I love knowledge, I love information, I like
yeah.
being creative. That's one of the key things why also I built Rich, is about the creativity, using
Mm,
different skill sets that you have to again show your blueprint to the world. We need to, it's important to be
mm,
shared, and especially if you've got a good message to give, or things that you've learned from other people, or situations that have helped you to move forward in a positive and productive way.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Because
to get out
yeah, because sometimes you have to find your way of doing so, isn't it? It's learning what your blueprint is, and how you who you are. I know every time we're revolving, we're learning more and more about ourselves. But I wonder how much of that is actually in there already. Probably quite a lot of it, isn't it?
you got to be and that's why I say do the mirror work, because you've got to be comfortable with taking acknowledgement of self.
Mm,
It's looking at yourself, understanding yourself, being okay with yourself, making mistakes, acknowledging the mistake,
mm,
but also making the time consciously and deservingly is the most important part of it, is the deserving part that you give to yourself, to have an opportunity to make changes that can better help you on your path, or where you wanting to be go, or
yeah.
take acknowledgement of certain things that you know how you no longer want to be, or to get some confusion of why you're feeling this way, because we have a feeling sometimes that sometimes we ignore, but you,
The
after a while, you can't.
intuition.
Yeah, you can't ignore it, and if you ignore it, it's going to come out in different ways where you can't ignore it,
Mm.
you know and that's what generally starts to happen. That's what
And
kind
it's
of
it's
it.
finding compassion as well when you're going through all of this, isn't it? It's not like beating yourself up. I've got Indigo Estate up here.
Yes.
And you've got the pillars, and tell us a bit about this, because I love it. I love what you're going to say about this. You share it
um
with the world.
yeah, so Indigo Estate is literally a partnership, uh what am I saying? Sorry, a partnership build that I've done with another, well, my partner Michaela Beckford, who she's from. So I've got Rich, Real Information Communicate Ecology, and she does Life and Soul Place. So our combination in terms of sovereignty, identity of self, and being able to shift um, your internal remote to take authority of certain glitches that you may have in your life.
Mm,
Also, so through our conversations, through both of the work that we've done, we've collaborated together and built Indigo Estate. So
mm,
Indigo Estate is the indigo of self, which is in the chakra. Indigo is the higher mind, which
mm,
controls everything essentially. And with that, we've created course materials, and we've created the Genesis Decoded book and workbook, which incorporates scripture, breaking it down to understand how the messages within the scriptures and the incorporation of life, taking these methodologies on, as well as sovereignty, because sovereignty is very heavily encoded in the Bible as
mm,
well. A lot of times when they talk about of leading self, having faith in self, having trust in self,
mm,
also, it's all that broken down into modern terminology and understandings,
mm,
so you can help to transform. You can take accountability of some of the glitches that are occurring in your life and identify what they actually are.
mm.
Um, Again, it's all part of the journey. Some of it's not nice what you're going to discover, but also what it does do is it helps it to feel less embarrassing or shameful, or because it's not really nothing to do with that. It's just different ways of things that you were unknowing about, and now that you have the knowing, there's something you can do about it, and it
Oh,
guides you.
yeah, I always say a question, um, knowledge not asked. I always get this wrong, but something around the lines of it, every question that you ask is knowledge that you need to gain.
Yeah,
So never be there's no silly questions. that's
ever.
that's the basis of the saying that I've just butchered. Is that it literally is about ask and you will find out.
Hmm.
And be
Given to
be okay with yourself. Give yourself compassion that that you are asking for this support. So the pillars are that sort of in that sort of vein, isn't it, in terms of guiding people through different levels of consciousness and self awareness, isn't it?
self awareness, self sovereignty, understanding your blueprint as well,
Mm,
and through the work, it's all unique to you.
mm,
Is how this has been correlated, because as much as we can all read the same book, you will going to have a different response, and that is your blueprint identity, and it's being able to have those identifications, and you've got a range of options of how you can now take this on and move forward with it.
mm,
And with that, we have a self-assessment that addresses that. Then you get your report back, and you can take a
mm,
reflection. Then you can move on to the self-sovereignty, that you move into gaining more sovereignty about self and moving forward with that in self, whatever you want for self. It just helps improvements. It helps remove some inheritable behaviors or habits
mm,
that sometimes you're not even acknowledging of it, but things
mm.
that you can now take knowledge of and just see what it is and how you can make those changes. Um,
Because it
so that's all.
happens subconsciously, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
when things just trigger and start happening without you even knowing. And all you
right.
know is that you're consciously just you're unconsciously doing things.
And then you're just sometimes also just having an emotional
Yeah,
reaction without actually
yeah.
digging into that why that reaction's even happening. And
Mm,
it didn't help you to have more management of those reactions. And then rather than have a reaction, now you take the time out to get a response. Or sometimes it might not need a response at all.
mm. Because
It's
I
just
remember
having
you was
it.
also saying that you do leadership as well, leadership skills and leaders in business and with this program as well.
Yeah, so that's level three. So I took you from level one assessment, level two sovereignty, and then level three is transformational leader. So
Mm,
that is then putting you in a position to obviously within managerial roles, or if you want to be doing anything outside for yourself as a leader, but then to be put in that leadership role and sovereignty and integrity
mm,
into practice to a wider set of people for different generations, because it's got so much changes that occurs within it. And we've set a series of books also to help you along the way, which is we've started with the Genesis Decoded, and that also comes with the Genesis Decoded workbook.
mm,
So that just explores the sequence within Bible scriptures, and it gives you practical reflective personal identifications on how you can use these theories
mm,
that encourages clarity, awareness, self-examination, especially, and just identifying your blueprint, really.
mm,
And at its core, it's really just it is about reflection, and it's just
mm.
using what's already been written, the ancient proverbs, the ancient
Yes.
scriptures, the ancient methodologies, the ancient ways of understanding, and also again connecting with your surroundings, your environment, going back to your sovereignty, into your intuition. And it just helps you to get that deeper meaning and understand the patterns of your identity, your behavior, which then creates transformation. And it just all leads in together. So it's a beautiful journey. Like I said, it's not easy, but once you have that clarification,
Mm,
um, and the willingness and the readiness to do so, and it will give you that as well, because it will start to give you more courage, because you get the clarity, because then you can identify what it is, and it doesn't have to have an emotional stronghold on you anymore.
mm.
That's the cool part of it as well. So yeah, it's
Yeah, beautiful.
mm,
Because I love the way that it actually takes you. You feel as if you are going on a journey. As
it
you're
is.
reading through it, you're thinking, "Oh yes, okay, I can see how that fits," and "Oh, that
Yeah.
gives that meaning," and it brings you more and more into not just the environment, but literally looking into yourself and starting to find and build your
Mhm.
blueprint.
That's it.
love that.
And like I said, with my partner Michaela, when we was creating this series in this book, and when we was going through the editing phase, like I said, we had to assess ourselves, and it was through our own self-assessment work, intuitions, willingness of transformations, having to go through the tower moments, having to shed, be in isolation. It's led us to this point. So we've incorporated our own experiences and also the experiences that we've attained from doing the assessments into this book to be able to tell the story and have the clarity of it and be able to talk to you today like this. And
Yeah, it's been so perfect. Yeah.
yeah,
I've
it's really
enjoyed our chat today. I love the
good
journey
to,
that we've been on, and it's so brilliant that that we've come back to that it is all about being passionate about yourself, looking into the soul, looking into your eyes, and with compassion. And as we've been saying, it's not easy. It's not easy to just say, right, just look at your eyes and you'll be fine, and just say it. It a stage. It may be the first stage is just looking at yourself in the mirror rather than just, oh, okay, it's all good, and going off, isn't it? It's taking that pause, taking that, environment, looking around, just getting into that moment. It takes time.
yeah, it's a practice. It's a
Mm,
practice for self. Just 10 to 15 minutes each day. And as you continue going on and go, it will start to get, that's what happened with me. It starts to get longer and longer. And then you start to assimilate into it so much that you're unable to do anything until you do that. And
mm,
that's the perfect point of where you're at, because that's where the sovereignty, the self-mastery comes into, the contemplation for self. And again, because you prepared yourself for the world,
mm.
you're better, more equipped to go out there and deal with whatever challenges, victories, tasks, next missions, or next bits of information that
Because
you
you've
want to.
aligned yourself. You aligned
But you
yourself.
put yourself
That's what
ready
it
for
is.
what you wanted, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's good. It's all good. I love it.
Oh, well, thank you, Michelle.
Thanks for
Thank you for
having me.
spending some time with us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so wonderful. And hopefully, we'll see you again soon. And I'm going to enjoy the sea moss. I'm going to have to heat it up a little bit, though. It's got a bit
Yes,
cold.
yes,
But
yes.
I'm gonna warm it up. I'm going to finish it off.
Kind of like an iced tea kind of vibe if you want it as well. As the summer comes up, you can make it into like an iced tea as well.
True, true,
Mm.
true.
It's flexible, mutable. Yes. But yes, lovely. Thanks for having me. And yeah,
All
just check
right.
me out on the socials that I've left there. And if you want
Yes,
to get in contact,
all down in the comments. All
get it
right.
in there.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye. Bye. Thank you for spending this time with us at A Cup of Calm Cafe. If today's conversation resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. It will really help the cafe to grow. Until the next time, take care of yourself, and remember, you're always welcome to come back for another cup of calm.